All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wadash. We say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashem, Wadash. And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Let me log in, make sure everything is good. So, Lakia, I've been Esau fucked with my damn last video. When I upload the video, there will be no sound on it. So you already know who that is and what that is. So I figured I'd just do it over. Since it was resisting so much to that video, I'm gonna try to get it done and just do it through the live stream. Give me one moment. Let me log in real quick. Okay, there we go. Okay, Khan, we good to go. All right, shalom, shalom again. And you see the title of the video is "To Bind Their Kings." Okay, to bind their kings. And why is this lesson titled that? Is because you see the recent. We're in the time of the World Economic Forum. Okay, so a lot of things are coming out. A lot of legislation is going to come down the pike. A lot of things are going to take place after this meeting. And it's time, man. This place is wearing us out. This place is doing, a number on our spirits. But that's why Yahbashim Yahshai has sent the comforter by way of this truth, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that is keeping us going. All right. It's not the world. We're not of this world. All right. We're coming to a clear separation. We're in a time of great things taking place with you already know what it is. And then that's going to lead to the global reset, which is going to include you Jakes being put back into bondage under a digital currency in a digital world. All right. That meta is nothing but another chain and a bondage to keep your your mind in a damn cage, man. That's what it's coming to. They have all the power in the world. They have all the money in the world. They want to control you, Jakes, okay? Because you are promised freedom. You're promised the kingdom, which is gonna take away from theirs, man. All right. That's why it says Jacob if I loved, Esau if I hated. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen. I already set the tone of the lesson. Give me one moment. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna share the screen and then we're gonna get right into the lesson. Okay, as you see the person you see up here, this is Ibris Alber, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm saying his name right. But why is this important? Because this is who they presented the Crystal Award to. Okay, this is a sign. Okay, and I'm getting ready to pull that up here shortly. But this is a message. It's either a message from the elite to this truth or a message from the Lord to the elite. Regardless, it could be the same, both of them. But why is this important? They're giving this guy an award because let's look here. Do is go to Google, okay? And then what are we gonna do? We're gonna type in. Let's see. I'll show you that this is a spiritual happening with him being there. All we're gonna do is type in Yahweh Shai, okay? We're gonna go to Google and Yahweh Shai. We're gonna go to images. Okay, so the elites are well aware of who that person is, who he is when it comes to photos. All right, let's pull this one up and then give me one moment. This thing I want to load. Because the photos that we use or brother has used has been photos using his face as the face of Yahweh Shai, or when you see these pictures right here, let me try to show you. But a lot of times when you see these pictures like this, The photo that they're using is Idris Elba. Okay, there's what's his name, Tony Jaa, right here. There we go. This is a perfect one. Okay, this photo that you see right here is him. So this is not a coincidence that you see they're presenting an award to this guy, and he's from Sierra Leone. He's from the country that I was. He's from the country I'm from. All right, and I did a lesson dealing with him being it's spiritual that chose his face to use, because guess what? He's from West Africa. He was born in West Africa. Both his parents are from West Africa, namely the country of Sierra Leone. And the word Sierra Leone means mountain of the lion. Okay, that's what Sierra Leone means. Sierra means mountain, and Leone means lion. So the translation of Sierra Leone means the mountain of the lion, or the lion's mountain. Okay, and we know mountain represents rulership. Okay, so it's spiritual. They named it that, and then look at who face they use when it comes to Yah, brother, or the truth of the Lord, the men's goings of the Lord. Okay, how can the man know his ways? So we see here this photo. Okay, is the face of Idris Elba. So they know it. If I can find this, Esau is well aware of these photos, well aware of our movements, and it's not a coincidence that he's has him at this ceremony. Okay, and why do I say that? Because the new thing is what they're set to demonize. They're to make that's one of their main focuses when you're dealing with this year's UEF forum. One of the main agendas on there is criminalizing dealing with misinformation and hate speech. Okay. And then they give him, he's getting the main award to him. And their agenda is hate speech. And what do they say that we're what? We're part the Poverty Law Center has said that we're hate speech. And we're not pushing no hate speech. We're pushing truth. Okay, because was it not hate? Was manifest destiny not hate? Was rape, rob, and murder of a nation not hate? We've had nothing but hate showed towards us as a nation. We were brought here in hardcore bondage. They still call us the N word today. We have no power. We're not no military power. So what are they criminalizing us? Because they don't want us to speak about what is getting ready to happen, the judgment that's getting ready to take place. Thus saith the Bible. That's what they don't want. They thinking it's a hate speech because we're pushing the truth and prophecies that are coming. These people are well aware of who we are. We're speaking the truth. Who else are we? We fit the prophecies to a T. Whereas Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, 15 on down, is clearly pointing to us in slavery, us being dispersed, us through history and things that have taken place to us. Okay. That's why we're coming, and the Lord has given us the opportunity, just like Wisdom in Solomon, the 5th chapter says, that we shall stand in great boldness before the face of him that has made no account of his labors. They made no account of our labors, man. It's true, there was rape, rob, and murder, and buck break, and all types of sodomitic acts. These things have to be answered for, man. Okay, so let's read it. U.S. will hate speech soon. EU official predicts at WEF. Let's read it. At the World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland this week, a European Union official predicts to a U.S. congressman that the U.S. would soon enact laws on illegal hate speech similar to those in the EU. See, the vice president and values of transparency for the European Commission tapped Massachusetts Rep. Seth Moulton on the arm and laughed as she made the prediction. It came as she discussed whether AI is capable of moderating online hate speech. And, and what has been pages, man. When we talk, they clip our pages. AI is a program that AI racist, man. Because I'm gonna say it, the artificial intelligence is is programmed by racism, and it's gonna be racist. It's picking out who it's targeted, man. It's not targeting anybody, but it's targeting us. It's targeting this truth. Because what's the real hate speech? That we're gonna be let free, and the Lord is gonna judge the world. It says for hate speech will we it says for hate speech will need the people to understand the language and the case law in the country, because what qualifies as hate speech as illegal hate speech, which you will which you will soon also in the US, she said, looking at Moulton, who smiled back. I think that we have strong reasons why we have this in the criminal law, she continued. See, come about 1 minutes and 30 seconds into the panel's discussion held clear and present danger of information. Disinformation, because what are they saying? That what we're pushing is not according to their according to the status quo, and we're doing nothing but reading the Bible that they print. If we're what we're saying is a problem, then you have to outlaw the Bible, because what we're doing is reading straight from the scriptures and showing you according to prophecy who we are, what's getting ready to happen, and what's taking place. They clearly know what's going on, because if you have Satan worship, you can't have Satan worship without the. If there's a Satan, my God, desire, you can't have one without the other. That's why the Lord said He created things do two by two. There's no way you can have a worship, because there's a clear worship spiritual demon on deities. It's worshipped. We can clearly point that out. So you cannot have worship of demons without there being a creator, without there being a Messiah. So everything that we're saying according to that is justified, because we're just quoting prophecies, man. That's why it says they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. Jeremiah 28:8 told you the prophets that have been before thee, before old, prophesied both against great kingdoms, man, of war, pestilence. And we're telling it now. The things that we're telling you is getting ready to come to pass, just like prophets before us told what was getting ready to come to pass, regardless of what people thought, man. This is not about emotions. This is strictly business, because God's angry, man. He said He's angry with the wicked every day. So we're not anything. We're just telling you the way and making it straight, because who coming after us is going to do damage on the planet Earth, point blank. And we need to put our faith and confidence in that, man. That's the main part of where we're at now in the transitioning of the times, where the faith, your faith has to meet the road. Your faith has to line up with your belief. You got to trust Yahweh Shem Shai fully, man, because the Lord is bringing Esau at us, man. This is all to strengthen our faith, because once our faith gets there, the faith, hey, that's a lesson. Faith is unbeatable, man. Once we have faith, there's no measurement of faith power, because the same situation when the Shatirian told Yahweh Shai, don't even come to my house. Just utter the word, and my servant will be whole, man. So that's showing you that the faith is unbeatable. There's no cap on faith. Yahweh Shai said, if you have faith of a mustard seed, you shall move mountains, man. So if you have a faith of a mountain, if you have a faith of your whole body, what could you do? What could you accomplish? Okay. These elites know faith is real. Elites know faith is power. That's why you have something called a placebo effect. What is a placebo effect? That means you give somebody a sugar pill and their faith makes them whole. That's what Yahweh Shai said. Thy faith has made thee whole, man. So these elites can't cap faith when it gets out of the bottle. So we're telling you now, they're measuring and seeing that our faith is healing us. Our faith is moving us in times where we should be dead, man, according to the chemicals out here, according to the different things that are set up, the different 5Gs and all that kind of things. We should be dropping dead, man. But at least measuring that, damn, ain't nothing happened to them. Okay. So I just wanted to bring that out, and I found that real, not a coincidence. It's either a sign to us, a message to us, because you see what their main agenda is what? Where's that title? the clear and present danger of disinformation. Okay. So now we're seeing that this is a sign from the Lord to them, and then a sign from them to us to show who's really on the target. What are they really going after? They're gonna go after what you call this truth, because this man's face is what the face we use, that brothers use, to symbolic of Yahweh Shai. He's right here. That's that man's face. So they're sowing a sign because he's juiced in. We're not worried about this guy. He's as good as he's good. He's an insider. He's already sold his whole soul, man. So hey, that's on him. And then what is the reward? A crystal. And a crystal is what he's getting, an actual quartz right there. And what do we know that the heavenly scriptures say about crystals and stones? That's important to the Most High. Okay, we're not going to get into that right now, but it's just funny that they had him there. But that is to bind their kings. So we would have to say, hey, this WEF is prophecy, because the Lord said that we shall bind their kings and their nobles with fetters of iron. Okay, so let's read this, and it says the world's decision makers, because these aren't the decision makers; these are part of the decision makers, because there's a hand behind the scenes, the dark hand, if you want to say, that really run the world, that really control the money. They're showing you that money talks, and they have the money, the power to do the things on the planet Earth that's happening. But the Lord prophesied that it has nobility, and it has the kings of the earth. Let's read it. The world's in Switzerland this weekend for the World Economic Forum meeting, the annual event of business and government leaders. Government, what does the word government means? The word government means to control your mind. Gov means to control, and mental is your mentality, your mind. Okay? The annual event of business and government leaders is expected to a solid turnout as it returns to the traditional wintertime slot following 2 years of COVID disruptions. According to an official list, the accurate as of January 10th, 2000, I think January 10th, 2,658 attendees are registered for this event. Among them are the heads of state, business royalty, actual royalty, media honchos, and academics. There are hundreds more participating on this sidelines, whether organized, catering, or attending corporations. And so they said that the prostitution was sold out. The prostitute ring was, it's international, like if it's cutting out. It says international participation in Davos. Over 100 countries and regions are represented this year in Davos, with 703 people registered. American countries, 27% of participants. All told, two-thirds of the attendees are from 10 nations, and that's a spiritual number in itself. Okay, let's put the wealth at Davos. Wealth, which will be plenty of wealth concentrated in the mountains roots. 9 of the world's 10 richest people will be missing, because guess what? They already have moving and shaking. They already have put the agenda together. They don't need to be there, because there's a people that is ruling this world that like anonymity. That means they don't like to be known. They don't like the spotlight. They like darkness. Those are the ones that are really running the show, man. And they know what they're going after strictly. They go after Baal. They're into that high level worship of the left hand side. The expectations, Gunther Adi, chairman of India Adi Group, currently the third richest person in the world according to Forbes. He also attended the 2022 World Economical Forum meeting, which was delayed until May. And let's go to political leaders at Davos and state high level government officials to show up to Davos this year. There is only one G8 leader, Olaf Scholz, the chancellor of Germany. He won't be alone though. The heads of 40 nations will make an appearance, including Belgium, Colombia, Ecuador, Finland, Greece, Iraq, Korea, Mozambique, Pakistan, South Africa, Spain, Zimbabwe. These are the nobles. when the scriptures say to bind their kings and their nobles, these are the noblemen. These are the kings of the earth. These are the ones that are calling shots, business leaders at Davos. There will be at least 634 CEOs in Davos this year, or nearly 1 in 4 attendees. Big names include Shell, Amazon, Citigroup, Moderna, BlackRock, and BlackRock is mercenaries. Okay, so you already know what this they're there for. Okay, we leave that to your imagination. And it says members of the media. You have 10 companies, most of CBS, Wall Street, the Journal. All these people are here. Okay, this is not a small meeting. You think this wasn't prophesied? Because guess what? In the scriptures, the Lord will prophesy kings specifically, just like Darius, Alexander the Macedonian. He was prophesied. So you don't think the Lord has prophesied things like this that was going to be happening in the last days? So this is nothing new, but this World Economical Forum is just to show you that what? That they are the nobles and the kings of the earth. And then there's nobility that you know, which is the families, the generational wealth, the ones to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these precepts. I'm gonna show you real quick. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson, and then this strengthens your faith, because this right here, if this is true, guess what? Us getting spiritual power is inevitable. They're preparing for it because we need it. This is the only way we're gonna be able to not be totally destroyed, man. Serious, that this we need that power is coming, man. This is the book of Psalms 149 and verse 8. Check this out. Man, now I don't want to load. Oh man, when you start a lesson, the blue letter will fail on you, man. Come on. Yeah, now it wants to freeze up. Come on, man. I'll look it up here for the sake of the lesson. We'll just look it up here. Look at that. Come on, man. Yep, look at that. I'm telling you, man. You doing anything messed up on the internet, it'll work for you. But try to do a lesson, and then it starts running slow. It won't load. That's why this world is just it's set to go, man. It's the book of Psalms 149 and verse 8. Let's load it now. Nope. Look at that. Enter. Salakia. Salakia. All right. Let's pull this up right here. This is the book of Psalms 149 and verse 8. And it says, let's pull it up, the whole scripture. I'm just gonna pull up the whole scripture here. Man, blue letter. All right, here we go. Patience is a virtue. I've learned that in this truth, definitely. I've learned you gotta be patient when things happen, man. Okay, here we go. The blue letter looks like it's loading. All right. The Psalms 149 and verse 8, it says, let's start at verse 7. It says, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. And you see the kings and the nobility is what? You see them gathering at this meeting. These are the nobles and the kings of the earth that you see going into Davos. And it says to execute judgments upon that, to execute upon them So the Lord is saying that this judgment is going to be executed on those that are the kings and the nobility of the planet Earth. And you see that happening right now. Where's the gathering that we can say that there's a gathering of kings and their nobles? What is it saying? The kings and their nobles, because they're joining themselves together to plot against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going against their rule. The Lord ain't set up no metaverse. The Lord didn't set up no one world currency. The Most High destroyed Babel, and He separated the nations and put the tongues. He destroyed that same tongue and same speech when they were trying to build that tower. So the Most High is not with that one world type of government, and we could clearly show that in the scriptures, man. It says to execute upon them the judgment written, dishonor have all His saints. Praise ye the Lord. Okay. So this is what you're seeing that taking place, because this is the prophecy that the Lord set up would happen to these men on the earth, man. That's why I have a problem pushing, because we're not pushing the betterment of the so-called status quo. It says, set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So there's abominations going on right now that you see that the Lord is having to speak against, man. Most High is angry, and He's setting up prophets. That's what prophets did. This thing don't want to load for me. It's okay though. I'm gonna pull it up here. This is the book of Isaiah. I'm gonna go through these precepts, and then I have to dip out. So I'll try to do another part two to this. This is the book of Isaiah 45 and verse 14. This is Isaiah 45 and verse 14, and it says, thus saith the Lord, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia and the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They will come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplications unto thee, saying, surely Yahweh is in thee, and there is none else, there is no power. So you're going to see a time where the Lord is, this is prophecy, that the men, the nobility of the planet Earth that are set up is going to be bound, man. Because who, let me ask you this, who you think is going to be able to make it if there's a catastrophe that happens? Would it not be these men that are very wealthy, they're very plugged in together, and they feel that there's too many people on the planet Earth? Because that's what it's all about. It's about globalism. There's people on the earth, and there needs to be a culling. There needs to be a trimming of the fat. There needs to be a reduced number of population where there's overpopulation. You see that? How's there overpopulation where there's places on the earth where men's feet have not even touched yet? See? But it's all just to push that, because they want to they're plotting against you Jakes, man. All right, because they don't want a prophecy to come to pass, which is you being taken out of your captivity and being placed into rest, man. Okay, 60 and verse 16. There it is, right there. And I'm gonna close after this precept. Is this computer just? There we go. And it says, this is Isaiah 60 and verse 16. Telling you, you try to do something messed up on the internet, it'll work perfectly for you. It'll work perfectly. I'm gonna get it on my phone. I'm gonna read it on my phone. So if the computer don't want to work, we're gonna segue. We're gonna move with it. This is the book of Isaiah 60 and verse 16. Okay, there it goes. And it says, Thou it says, thou shalt suck the milk of Gentiles, thou shalt suck the breast of kings. Now, if you don't read this with understanding, you think that the Israelites are going to be sucking on men. Kings don't have breasts. Okay. King is representation of a man. Queen is a woman. Okay. And breast. So what is it talking about? What does the animal do when it sucks its parent's breast? It gets nutrients from it. So we're going to suck the resources and the nutrients of the world's leaders, man, that have ill-gotten gain. That's why it says they prepare for him, that they gather riches for him that shall pity the poor. Okay. So the Lord is saying that there's going to be a time where we're going to have the resources of the known world, man, that these men have gathered to themselves. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, am thy savior and thy redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. It didn't say the world. So it's showing you who's going to be in that position to suck the breast of the kings, man. Okay. And that's the resources and the powers that's getting ready to be transferred into the hands of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the elect first, and then going to the rest of the nation, man. All right. So I'm gonna leave it there. Lord willing, is edifying. I just had to, bring this point out and make it because the last video I did, they took the sound off and messed it up. So I'm glad that it was able to work today. I was able to come and bring this lesson out, and I just find it funny that this World Economic Forum has Eber Alberts there, which is the face of Yahweh Shai for brothers using those Photoshop. So there's heavy things going on, and we just need to keep watch and keep faith. So with that, I'm gonna give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. We say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Until the next time, as always, more now than ever, keep faith. Shalom.